All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to build something really cool. Your very own smart AI agent, one that can actually use tools to get stuff done. And you want to know the best part? We're going to do the whole thing completely for free. Let's get to it.
I mean, just listen to that. This quote really nails what we're aiming for. This isn't some pie-in-the-sky idea for the future. This is what we are building right now, today. The power to just give an AI a task and have it figure out on its own which tools it needs to get the job done.
So why is this such a huge deal? Well, if you've ever tried to connect different apps or services before, you know the old way was a total nightmare. You had to deal with messy custom code for every single thing, you'd spend hours, maybe days, buried in API documents, and everything was hard-coded. It was fragile, it broke all the time, and it was so slow to build. The new way we're looking at, it's all about one word, standardization. No more custom code for every tool, which makes building these powerful automations, it's got to be at least 10 times easier.
So, what do we actually need to pull this off? Well, our essential toolkit is surprisingly simple. It really just comes down to two core components, and together they create this incredible and, again, completely free automation environment right on your own machine. First up is Docker. Now, if you haven't used Docker before, just think of it like this. It's a system of virtual boxes for your apps. So instead of installing a bunch of software directly on your computer, where things can clash and cause all sorts of problems, Docker runs each app in its own neat, tidy, isolated little box. This makes the whole setup process unbelievably clean, simple, and just conflict-free. It's an absolute game changer for this kind of project.
The second piece of our puzzle is n8n, and that's pronounced n8n. This is going to be our home base, our automation platform. The best parts? It's free to run locally, it's open source, and it is seriously powerful. It gives you this visual canvas where you can literally just drag and drop different functions to build out your workflows. This is the workshop where we're going to assemble our AI agent.
Okay, so we've got our container system with Docker and our automation platform with n8n. But what's the secret ingredient? What's the thing that makes our agent actually smart? Well, that would be MCP, the AI supercharger. This protocol is what takes our setup from just a basic workflow to a genuinely intelligent agent.
So what even is MCP? It stands for Model Context Protocol. You could think of it as a universal language, kind of like a Rosetta Stone, that lets any AI model talk to any tool. Instead of us having to program every little step, MCP lets the AI look at the tools it has, dynamically figure out which one it needs for your request, and then execute the action, all by itself. This completely gets rid of all that messy, custom hard-coded work we were just talking about.
All right, that's enough theory. It's time to get our hands dirty. We're going to walk through building your smart agent right now, putting all these pieces together step by step until we have a fully working system.
First things first, we need to get n8n running inside of Docker. So you're going to head to the official Docker website and install Docker Desktop. Once that's up and running, open it up, search for the official n8n image, and download the latest version. As soon as that's done, you'll just click Run, and that'll start the process of creating your container.
Now, before n8n actually starts, there are a few really quick but super important settings to tweak. First, give your container a simple name, something like n8n container. Then you'll need to set the port to 5678. That's how you'll access it in your web browser. Now, this next one is critical. You have to map a volume to a local folder on your computer. This makes sure all your hard work, all your workflows are saved even if you stop the container. And finally, there's one last absolutely crucial environment variable we have to add.
Pay close attention here, because this is the magic switch that makes everything possible. You need to add this specific environment variable, n8n_disabled_community nodes as tools. Now I know, the name is a little confusing, but you have to set its value to false. This tells n8n to enable community nodes, so our AI agent can see them and use them as tools. This one little setting makes all the magic happen.
Okay, with that variable set, go ahead and start the container. It might take a few seconds, but then all you have to do is open up your web browser and go to localhost 5678. You'll see the n8n setup screen pop up. Just follow the steps to create your account, and boom, you're officially inside your own private automation powerhouse. We are so close to building now. The very next step is to give n8n its AI superpowers. So, inside your n8n dashboard, find your way to Settings, and then click on the Community Nodes tab. In that search bar, just type in n8n-nodes-mcp and hit Install. This is the package that contains all the special nodes that let our agent speak that MCP language.
And now for the fun part, building the actual structure for our agent. On that blank n8n canvas, create a new workflow. You're going to start by adding a chat trigger node. That's basically the chat window where you'll talk to your agent. Next, you connect that to an AI agent node, which is going to be the brains of the whole operation. And finally, you add a simple memory node. This is a really important step because it's what lets the agent remember what you talked about from one message to the next.
The last little piece of the setup puzzle is connecting our agent to a large language model. So, inside the settings for that AI agent node, you'll pick a model. Let's say OpenAI's GPT-4o Mini, for example. It'll then ask you to add your OpenAI API key as a new credential. This is what plugs the agent into that massive intelligence that allows it to reason and understand language. And just like that, the setup is done. Now for the really exciting part. Let's see this whole thing in action. We're going to give our brand new agent a request and actually watch it use a tool to figure out the answer. For this demo, let's give our agent the power to search the web. We're going to do that by connecting it to a new tool, Brave Search. This basically involves setting up a tiny MCP server that acts as a bridge to the Brave Search API. All you have to do is get a free API key from their website and then tell our agent how to talk to that server. Just like that, it has instant access to the entire web.
So this is what's happening under the hood, the agent's thought process. It all starts with you asking a question. The AI then looks at your question and thinks, to answer this, I need to use the Brave Search tool. It then uses MCP to call that tool and do the search. Once it gets all the raw search results back, it uses its intelligence to sort through the noise and format a perfect, useful answer, which it then delivers right back to you.
And that right there is the ultimate payoff. What you've built isn't just some dumb, pre-programmed script. It is dynamic, intelligent automation. The AI isn't just following a list of orders. It is actively choosing and using the best tool for the job, in real time, based completely on what you asked it. This is a fundamental shift in what we can do with automation. So there you have it. We've just walked through how to build a seriously powerful AI agent that can think, reason, and use any tool you give it, all with free, open-source software. This unlocks a whole universe of possibilities, from building your own personal assistants to complex data crunching bots. And that leaves us with one final, and maybe the most important question of all. Now that your AI can use any tool, what are you going to build first?